Live from the campus of Penn State University, this is PSN News. It's Wednesday, April 13th. We have all you need to know about the rising homeless population in Center County and updates to Innovation Park.
We also have more on community members showing gratitude to Mount Nittany medical workers, along with entertainment, sports, and weather. Stay tuned.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need
Oh!
Checking your fantasy league?
Nah, just my 401k statement.
Nice. Where'd you find the money for that?
I've just been saving a little every month.
I can't seem to save anything.
Well, what about all this? What about the money you're spending?
What money? It's gone before I can get my hands on it.
I got a pizza for a Todd.
Hey, can somebody spot me?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind.
It's 547.
All right, you ready for some baseball trivia?
Let's do it.
What year produced the most no-hit games in the big leagues?
7 no-hitters in 1990.
Wow, that's right. Now a question that's not trivial. How many children will witness bullying this year?
Huh.
The answer? 3 out of 4.
75%.
That's right. How many of them will say something?
Kids want to help, but don't know how. Teach them how to stop bullying and be more than a bystander.
Thanks for joining us tonight. I'm Megan Swift.
And I'm Caroline Diaz. Center County's homeless population is on the rise. The Center County Office of Adult Services conducted a point-in-time count that found there were 279 people experiencing homelessness in the county. That is a 54% increase from the 181 counted in 2021. Evictions were expected since the pandemic began. When eviction moratoriums were extended, landlords chose not to give the option for tenants to renew their lease. The director of Center County's Office of Adult Services says to visualize 11 classrooms filled with 25 kids each. That's how many homeless people there are in Center County.
Shirley M. Malcolm is forever being commemorated by Penn State through a building named in her honor at Innovation Park. The 75-year-old Black woman was a pioneer in creating a more inclusive environment for women of color in STEM. She earned her doctorate in ecology from Penn State in 1974. As an inspiration to girls across the United States, Malcolm grew up in Alabama before the Civil Rights Act. She refused to listen to those who said she was incapable of succeeding in math or science because of her gender and/or skin color. Penn State has tried to rename buildings to honor pioneers and innovators since 2019 under President Eric Barron.
The Barrel 21 alcohol distillery has hired its first female head distiller. Erica Unruh of Center County is one of the individuals bringing a unique perspective to the male-dominated distilling industry. A California native, Unruh grew up brewing alcohol at her family's malting company in Wyoming. After winning an American Craft Spirits Award, she moved to State College in 2017 when offered a job at Penn State Campus Recreation. When the uncertainty of the pandemic made Unruh rethink her career and passions, she knew that distilling was her calling. After rigorous training, Unruh is already busy with working on distilling bourbon and creating jalapeno-flavored vodka.
Throughout this week, local community members have the opportunity to express their gratitude to healthcare workers at Mount Nittany Health for their work throughout the coronavirus pandemic. Luminary bags are available for decorating and writing messages until Friday. Bags can be found at the Center Foundation, Downtown Bellefonte Incorporated, Phillipsburg Revitalization Corporation, and Downtown State College Improvement District. The bags should be returned to the front desks of those locations once completed. An upcoming event at sundown will display these messages of hope, thanks, and remembrance for healthcare employees at the Medical Center's Healing Garden. The event, which doesn't have a specific date yet, will include music, stories, and remarks from Medical Center leadership. After a couple days of beautiful spring weather, can we hope to see these high temperatures stay throughout the weekend? GRACIE ECKERLE has the details in this week's weather report. Stay tuned.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need
Checking your fantasy league?
Nah, just my 401k statement.
Nice. Where'd you find the money for that?
I just been saving a little every month.
I can't seem to save anything.
Well, what about all this? What about the money you're spending?
What money? It's gone before I can get my hands on it.
I got a pizza for a Todd.
Hey, can somebody spot me?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind.
It's 547.
All right, you ready for some baseball trivia? Let's do it. What year produced the most no-hit games in the big leagues?
7 no-hitters in 1990.
Wow, that's right. Now a question that's not trivial. How many children will witness bullying this year?
Huh.
The answer? 3 out of 4.
75%.
That's right. How many of them will say something?
Kids want to help, but don't know how. Teach them how to stop bullying and be more than a bystander at stopbullying.gov.
Happy Wednesday, Penn State. I'm GRACIE ECKERLE with your weather forecast. Earlier this week, we saw some super destructive storms coming through the Midwest and all over the country, so I guess the rain today is not that bad. Looking into tonight, we have weather with some overcast clouds and some temperatures around 64 degrees. The wind tonight is going to be a bit breezy at around 5 miles per hour. And if we're taking a look at tomorrow's weather forecast, your 9 a.m. classes are going to be again overcast. We're going to stick with those cloud coverage from the night before, and it's going to be 64 degrees and some overcast weather. And then into noon, we're going to pick up a little bit of precipitation. We've got some light rain with temperatures around 65 degrees, but that'll all clear out by 5 p.m. And when you're going home tomorrow night, it's going to be around 63 degrees and overcast. And then taking a look at your forecast this weekend, we have temperatures around the 50s and 60s and partly cloudy weather throughout the rest of the weekend. It's going to be a bit breezy with winds around 10 to 15 miles an hour. And then for those who celebrate, you're going to have a beautiful Easter Sunday. And taking a look at your 7-day weather forecast, like I said, we had that really nice temperature this morning. It was almost around 80 degrees at some points of the day. But then later in the afternoon, we picked up a little bit of that rain shower, and that's going to stay into tomorrow on Thursday. Still, we have that really nice warm weather with 68 degrees as a high and a low of 42, but we're going to have steady rain throughout the day. And then Friday, it's all going to dry up, and we're going to have lots of sun with a high of around 63 degrees and a low of 45. Saturday and Sunday, you're going to have partly cloudy weather. It's going to get a little cooler as that cold front starts moving across the state. A high of 58 on Saturday and a low of 36. And then on Sunday, a high of 48 and a low of 34. And then looking at your Monday and Tuesday weather, we're picking up a little bit of that rain, except Monday's going to be a little funky. During the day, we're going to start off with that wintry mix, and then going into the afternoon, we're going to lose some of that coldness, and you're going to get a little warmer, but still keep that rain with a high of 47 and a low of 37. And then on Tuesday, another high of 47 and a low of 35. That's all for your weather update. Coming up next, Ben Russell has the latest in sports after the break.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need
Checking your fantasy league?
Nah, just my 401k statement.
Nice. Where'd you find the money for that?
I just been saving a little every month.
I can't seem to save anything.
Well, what about all this? What about the money you're spending?
What money? It's gone before I can get my hands on it.
I got a pizza for a Todd.
Hey, can somebody spot me?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind.
It's 547.
All right, you ready for some baseball trivia?
Let's do it.
What year produced the most no-hit games in the big leagues?
7 no-hitters in 1990.
Wow, that's right. Now a question that's not trivial. How many children will witness bullying this year?
Huh.
The answer, 3 out of 4.
75%.
That's right. How many of them will say something?
Kids want to help, but don't know how. Teach them how to stop bullying and be more than a bystander at stopbullying.gov.
So good to see you guys. So, what's up? Oh, we finally bought a place. Holy cow.
You seriously have enough saved to do that?
We've been putting a little aside each month.
Jeez, at the end of the month, we have nothing left to save.
Yeah, I have no idea where it goes.
Well, you're spending a lot on.
Was it good?
Oh, God.
Oh, how is my account overdrawn?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
Welcome back to PSN News. I'm Ben Russell with your sports update. The Penn State community suffered a tragic loss over the weekend as it was announced that former Nittany Lion running back and safety Gary Brown passed away. Brown played in the NFL for 9 seasons from 1991 to 1999. He served as the running backs coach for the Wisconsin Badgers last season and previously for the Dallas Cowboys for 7 seasons. He also made coaching stops in various locations along the way. Brown had been under hospice care for the last several weeks in his hometown of Williamsport, Pennsylvania, before ultimately passing away on Sunday. He was 52 years old. After concluding a tumultuous 2021-22 season, the Los Angeles Lakers have fired head coach Frank Vogel after 3 seasons. The Lakers came into this season as the odds-on favorite to win the NBA championship, but suffered through injuries and disappointing player performances en route to a 33-49 record. Vogel led the Lakers to the playoffs in his first 2 seasons with the team, including winning a title in the NBA bubble in Orlando in 2020. Michigan head coach Juwan Howard and Toronto Raptors head coach Nick Nurse are among the early names rumored for the open coaching vacancy. In other NBA news, the first 2 games of the 3rd annual play-in tournament took place last night. The Brooklyn Nets defeated the Cleveland Cavaliers by a score of 115-108. Kyrie Irving and Kevin Durant combined for 59 points in the victory, while Darius Garland led the Cavs with 34 points. The Nets have now secured the Eastern Conference 7th seed and will take on the Boston Celtics in the first round. Cleveland will take on Atlanta or Charlotte on Friday for the 8th seed. In the Western Conference, the Minnesota Timberwolves defeated the Los Angeles Clippers 109-104 for the 7th seed and the opportunity to take on the Memphis Grizzlies in the first round. Anthony Edwards had 30 and D'Angelo Russell had 29 for the T-Wolves, while Paul George scored 34 points for the Clippers. The Clippers will now take on the Spurs or Pelicans for the 8th seed on Friday. That's all for your sports update. After the break, KAILEY Grill has the latest updates from the entertainment world. Stay tuned.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised.
Practice makes perfect. You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need
Checking your fantasy league?
Nah, just my 401k statement.
Nice. Where'd you find the money for that?
I just been saving a little every month.
I can't seem to save anything.
Well, what about all this? What about the money you're spending?
What money? It's gone before I can get my hands on it.
I got a pizza for a Todd.
Hey, can somebody spot me?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind.
It's 547.
All right, you ready for some baseball trivia?
Let's do it.
What year produced the most no-hit games in the big leagues?
7 no-hitters in 1990.
Wow, that's right. Now a question that's not trivial. How many children will witness bullying this year?
Huh.
The answer, 3 out of 4.
75%.
That's right. How many of them will say something?
Kids want to help, but don't know how. Teach them how to stop bullying and be more than a bystander at stopbullying.gov.
So good to see you guys. So, what's up? Oh, we finally bought a place. Holy cow.
You seriously have enough saved to do that?
We've been putting a little aside each month.
Jeez, at the end of the month, we have nothing left to save.
Yeah, I have no idea where it goes.
Well, you're spending a lot on.
Was it good?
Oh, God.
Oh, how is my account overdrawn?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
Welcome back to PSN News. I'm KAILEY Grill with your entertainment update.
Stage West is set to host the DJ and producer duo Two Friends on Friday, April 29th. Due to high demand, the event is open to those 21 and older. Tickets are now available online or through the Line Leap app for $55. The Stage West concert will follow Penn State's annual end of the semester Moving On Festival, which is returning in the IM Fields for the first time since 2019. Two Friends was set to perform in 2020, but the event was canceled due to the pandemic. The Los Angeles-based pair became popular for their hour-long big booty mashups and remixes. The 2022 Flavor Madness results are in. Death by Chocolate remains supreme, winning its 5th bracket. The Berkey Creamery's annual Flavor Madness bracket puts 15 of Penn State's iconic ice cream flavors head-to-head. The beloved chocolate flavor has won the championship title in 5 out of 6 of the last tournaments: 2017, 2019, 2020, 2021, and now 2022. To celebrate the dynasty of the Death by Chocolate, the Creamery is offering $1 off coupons on half gallons of the flavor. Use code SCOOPCHAMP to activate the discount from now until Friday. In other campus news, the What Were You Wearing exhibit was recently held at the Hub Robeson Center as part of Sexual Violence Awareness and Prevention Week. Field reporter Olivia Dunn has the details. Take a look.
Equity Center, in partnership with the University Park Undergraduate Association, hosted a What Were You Wearing exhibit in the Hub on Thursday as a part of Sexual Violence Awareness and Prevention Week. The exhibit displayed various outfits that survivors of sexual assault were wearing when their assault occurred.
We know oftentimes when it comes to sexual violence and sexual assault, individuals, victim survivors are blamed and shamed for their experience. And a common question is, well, what were you wearing, right? And it really seems to demonstrate that, oh, if you just wear the right thing, you don't drink, party, go to these places, walk home at night, put your keys between your fingers, everything, this won't happen to you. But that we know that's not the case. And the display really demonstrates it doesn't matter what anyone's wearing. All of these outfits are different, and none of them caused that person to be assaulted. It was the choice of someone else to commit harm.
Sophia Mills graduated Penn State in 2020 and now works with the Gender Equity Center. She helped recreate the outfits on display and set up the event, and said it was difficult to do so, but also says that there is a powerful message to be heard from the victims and their stories.
Definitely can be really tough to do it, but I think in a way it's motivating and almost inspirational to be able to see these stories and see how far that these people have come. And basically just being able to showcase that and really make a difference here and, show that we can end victim blaming here on campus.
The Gender Equity Center and UPUA will be hosting several events throughout the week as a part of the Sexual Violence Awareness and Prevention Week. Students can learn more about these events on the Gender Equity Center's website. Here at the Hub, I'm Olivia Dunn for Penn State Network News.
Britney Spears announced Monday that she and Sam Asghari are expecting a child. She broke the news via an Instagram post stating she had lost weight for her recent trip to Maui, only to gain it back again. Her 28-year-old fiance told her she had a food baby, and she wrote, quote, "So I got a pregnancy test and, well, I am having a baby." Spears and Asghari got engaged back in September of 2021 and have been open about their desire to have a child together. During court testimonies last year, the 40-year-old pop star fought to end the conservatorship that controlled her life. She testified she would like to have a child, but her court-ordered conservators prohibited her from getting off birth control. Spears noted she won't be going out much to prevent the paparazzi from photographing her baby bump. That's all for your entertainment update. After the break, interview anchor PALOMA FREUNDT will be speaking to Mason KOMA, a member of Nittany Lion Red Carpet Network, a new entertainment show at Penn State. Stay tuned.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised.
Practice makes perfect. You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need
Checking your fantasy league?
Nah, just my 401k statement.
Nice. Where'd you find the money for that?
I just been saving a little every month.
I can't seem to save anything.
Well, what about all this? What about the money you're spending?
What money? It's gone before I can get my hands on it.
I got a pizza for a Todd.
Hey, can somebody spot me?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind.
It's 547.
All right, you ready for some baseball trivia? Let's do it. What year produced the most no-hit games in the big leagues?
7 no-hitters in 1990.
Wow, that's right. Now a question that's not trivial. How many children will witness bullying this year?
Huh.
The answer? 3 out of 4.
75%.
That's right. How many of them will say something?
Kids want to help, but don't know how. Teach them how to stop bullying and be more than a bystander at stopbullying.gov.
So good to see you guys. So what's up? We finally bought a place. Holy cow.
You seriously have enough saved to do that?
We've been putting a little aside each month.
Jeez, at the end of the month, we have nothing left to save.
Yeah, I have no idea where it goes.
Well, you're spending a lot on...
Was it good?
Oh, God.
Oh, how is my account overdrawn?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
Welcome back to PSN News. I'm PALOMA FREUNDT, and tonight here with me, I have Mason KOMA, part of the talent team for Penn State's newest entertainment club, Nittany Lion Red Carpet Network. The club serves as a talk show ran by students to provide viewers with the latest in the world of entertainment. Hi, Mason. Thank you so much for coming in.
I appreciate the opportunity. I'm happy to be here. I'm happy to talk about Nittany Lion Red Carpet, and I love being part of it.
So could you tell me a little bit about the show and what inspired it?
The show's student ran. We come in the studio here. We're shooting videos. We're having fun. We make our own segments, which is fantastic. And the whole thing about it is it's just organized by students. Is what we want to talk about, is what we talk about. And everyone plays a part in doing work in the studio. So the first time I ever came, I come in the studio. We're all doing noise. We're doing visuals. Everyone's getting different turns at each station, learning everything there is to broadcast. And personally, I'm not even a broadcast major. So I'm doing it purely for fun, and I love it because of the entertainment. And I'm learning everything in the studio. So with that said, I get through other things, be a talent as well, like I'm doing now. And it just kind of pulled me in. It was a fun activity. I enjoyed it, so I keep coming every week. And everyone in the club seems to enjoy it just as much as I do. So I love to see that.
What kind of segments are on the show?
We talk about celebrities, movies, like latest drama. And again, like I said, whatever kids want to talk about. So if anyone has a passion about sports, movies, they're getting on the segment as a talent, talking about what they love. And that's the purest thing about it. And you love to see it. People that are like really into Batman or really into Marvel talking about their favorite superhero movie. And it's cool. And we post all the videos on the Instagram so people get to see it from around Penn State, whoever follows.
Yeah, that was going to be my next question is how can us viewers watch the show if we want to?
For sure. Instagram is the main way. And I'd say we post a lot of short videos or whatever's going on, segments, you can say the least, of everything. I did a Pete Davidson, Kanye feud skit, and it was fun. We just kind of talked on that and how what's some funny comments about it and just having fun with the whole thing because that's what the whole club is at the end of the day. It's just to have fun, but also gain experience in the broadcast realm, you know, to get better yourself, you know.
So I'm going to ask you, what does the team consist of? I think it's really interesting. You were saying you're not even a broadcast journalism major. So is most of the team, besides you, journalism?
Asking around. There's other kids that aren't the journalism majors. And for sure there are journalists in there, absolutely. And the people that are most involved in the club happen to be in the major because they have the most information about all the stuff going on and they're used to it. But regardless, there's a couple of us are just totally just doing it for fun and just gaining experience and here to learn. And while all the journalists are helping us along the way, which is a cool aspect that you can't really get in a lot of clubs because I love doing this stuff, but I also I'm an engineering major and I love engineering as well. So I like to delegate and do both. And this is the perfect opportunity for me to do this.
I love that. It's such, you really picked two things in the complete different spectrum.
Yeah.
But I'm happy you seem to be enjoying it.
I love it.
So in the future, what kind of changes would you hope would happen for the show or new additions that you personally would make?
Oh, yeah, for sure. I think it'd be cool if the show becomes more Penn State oriented. So keep talking about the movies and sports going on, but more Penn State things that are happening. And one thing I would help college students, give value to other college students.
Yeah.
One thing I want to do is a cooking show. You know, coming on with like quick college recipes that people can make, and we make one a week or something like that people can just make in their apartment with their friends.
Yeah, it's super
You know,
cool.
give them an easy meal to make, some food, you know, like some inspiration and all that. But like even with that, just like maybe some pop-up Penn State news stories that are just relevant to the Penn State community that students should be knowing. You know, the ones that aren't on campus, of course. You know.
And what else are you involved in besides knitting line red carpet?
Absolutely. I'm just I'm a videographer here at Penn State. I'm the videographer, like the mascot. I do a lot of Greek organizations, formals, film parties. I run Cedar State Instagram account. I'm the videographer for the ROTC program as well. I'm also an Army ROTC. But that engineering school and videos take up most of my time here. But I'm thankful being involved in all three. It's definitely a busy schedule, but that's what I signed up for. So I definitely like what I'm involved in, and doing videos and having that as a hobby is entertaining for me to edit and be a talent, do the videos, but it's also like fulfilling when people are watching my content and getting a kick out of it. That's the best part.
I really love how involved you are, and you know all the different things that you're involved in. You didn't just stick to a niche; you really expanded, and I love that. What do you think makes the Eli Red Carpet Network stand out from other talk shows that Penn State has?
I think the whole idea how it's just student run, it's pure, it's what the kids want to talk about. No one's really telling each other what to do. It's all more about what's your passion. Let's find out how you can pursue that passion, what you want to talk about, which I love. It's just like we have the group chat. Like I said, we have a group me. Oh, well, who's picking segments? Everyone pick their segments, pick their position today. It's all like what people want to do. No one's being made to do anything. Everyone who's part of it enjoys it. And it's just awesome to see, especially when we're recording on a Thursday night, everyone getting together and working as a team of 7 just for one video. It's cool. It's very cool.
How much? So is every week different then?
Yeah, we just film like Thursday nights for the most part, but we're gonna start doing more out of studio like works, like the whole cooking thing I said. That'd be one of our kitchens, you know, because we probably can't do that in studio. But regardless, we're trying to expand. We actually went to the Valley Mag launch. That was awesome. I shout out to Valley Mag, but like I said, the opportunities are unlimited, and we're just trying to like really expose the Penn State culture through the students and getting that on video for all to see. Because there's a lot of stuff you can do at this campus. It would be pretty cool if we just kind of broadcast that on video.
Well, thank you so much for coming in, Mason.
Oh,
it sounds so fun. Everybody, make sure to check it out. And after the break, we're going to have Megan and Caroline with the latest happening across the nation. Stay tuned.
Thank you.
Wow, these are really good.
You act surprised. Practice makes perfect.
You don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. There are thousands of teens in foster care who don't need
Checking your fantasy league?
Nah, just my 401k statement.
Nice. Where'd you find the money for that?
I've just been saving a little every month.
I can't seem to save anything.
Well, what about all this? What about the money you're spending?
What money? It's gone before I can get my hands on it.
I got a pizza for a Todd.
Hey, can somebody spot me?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind.
It's 547.
All right, you ready for some baseball trivia? Let's do it. What year produced the most no-hit games in the big leagues?
7 no-hitters in 1990.
Wow, that's right. Now a question that's not trivial. How many children will witness bullying this year? The answer, 3 out of 4.
75%.
That's right. How many of them will say something?
Kids want to help, but don't know how. Teach them how to stop bullying and be more than a bystander at stopbullying.gov.
So good to see you guys. So what's up? Oh, we finally bought a place. Holy cow.
You seriously have enough saved to do that?
We've been putting a little aside each month.
Jeez, at the end of the month, we have nothing left to save.
Yeah, I have no idea where it goes.
Well, you're spending a lot on...
Was it good?
Oh, God.
Oh, how is my account overdrawn?
When it comes to financial stability, don't get left behind. Get tools and tips for saving at feedthepig.org.
Police continued a search today for the suspect who killed a gun range owner and his family in Grantville, Georgia. Lock, Stock, and Barrel shooting range owner Thomas Hawk, his wife Evelyn, and his grandson Luke were robbed and killed Friday evening, according to Granville police. The Hawk family was well known in the Granville community, and their gun range had been around for almost 30 years. Officers say the robbery occurred around closing time at 5:30 p.m. The suspect stole a surveillance camera and over 40 firearms. As of Saturday morning, there are still no suspects. The town of Granville, Georgia, has quite a low crime rate, and the Granville Police Department says they are working tirelessly to bring the suspect to justice.
Lizelle Herrera is facing a Texas murder charge after she caused, quote, the death of an individual by self-induced abortion, end quote. The 26-year-old was arrested Thursday and remained in jail on Saturday on a $500,000 bond in the state with the most restrictive abortion laws in the country. It's currently unclear as to whether she was accused of having an abortion or if she helped someone else. Officials did not say under which law Herrera has been charged. According to the University of Texas law professor Stephen Vladeck, Texas law would exempt her from a criminal homicide charge for aborting her pregnancy. The case is still under investigation.
2 men have been acquitted of all charges for plotting to kidnap Michigan Governor Gretchen Whitmer in 2020. Daniel Harris and Brandon Caserta have been acquitted of charges related to guns and explosives. They were released after 18 months in prison. The jury was unable to reach verdicts on 2 other suspects, the suspected leaders of the plot, Adam Fox and Barry Croft Jr. This comes as a huge defeat for the government as the trial had gone on for weeks. Fox and Croft remain in custody and can be put on trial again.
Former United States President Donald Trump has officially endorsed TV personality Mehmet Oz in Pennsylvania's Republican Senate primary. Dr. Oz has been competing for Trump's endorsement in the state's crowded race for May 17th, including former hedge fund CEO David McCormick. McCormick's wife Dina Powell served in Trump's administration. This decision marks a disappointment for McCormick in the race. Though Trump had previously endorsed Sean Parnell in the race, he ended up dropping out due to allegations of abuse from his estranged wife. That concludes our show tonight at PSN News.
Be sure to check us out on Twitter and Facebook at PSN News, on Instagram at Penn State Network News, and to subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/PSN News.
Have a good night and stay safe, Penn State.